guys, my name is Shelby and welcome to my channel. As you can see here and all the little shots that I did, we are starting a fall garden. So on my channel you can see lots of different homesteading videos, gardening videos, DIY videos, and farm to table recipes. My intention is to grow more of like a food security garden and also help others along the way with achieving that goal. So in this video, like I said before, we're just going to talk about the fall garden, my plans, and exactly what I've got going on over here. I'm growing my groceries. It's super exciting. These plants definitely need to get out in the sun and in the garden immediately. They're getting a little hairy, a little long, as you can see, and they're searching for the sun. So let's get out in the garden and plant these things. Just made it out here in the garden, and dare I say it's kind of nice outside right now, which has not been something I've said in a long time. It's 80 degrees right now when normally it's super sunny and like at least 5 to 7 degrees hotter. The average temperature right now coming next week is in the low 90s, which is a big break for us because it's been in the high 90s. That's definitely a break. So I gotta pull out a whole bunch of weeds and then we will start to plant the vegetables. All of my soybeans are ready to harvest right now. I'm really excited because I never actually successfully grew them before. We have a lot of them. I'm going to make edamame with them tonight. So they're really perfect, ready to go. I'm gonna try to do some type of some kind of fun recipe with the edamame. This is really cool. I finally was able to grow something that I've never grown before. I think it's safe to say that we have enough edamame, or soybeans. Right now, this was all from about 10 plants. I sowed the seeds in about kind of early June. Now it is early August, so it didn't take very long to go from like seed to harvest, and they like full sun. I'm giving them worm castings, worm tea, and I use Job's fertilizer as the fertilizer of choice right now. That's just been helping a lot. I haven't done anything else special to the soybean plants to make them successful, and they're working. No pesticides, no nothing like that. I don't do any type of it's all organic basically in this garden. So whatever works, whatever doesn't. A healthy plant is going to be able to fight off disease and bugs more than a plant that is like nutrient deficient. So I would definitely say that's my key to success. So the only plants that I need to kind of harvest to make room for the fall garden are my carrots. Right now I have my black nebula carrots and my carnival carrots that need to go so that I can actually use that bed. I have another bed of carrots, but they're not ready yet because I've been exercising succession planting, which means that you're kind of planting like every 2 weeks or so. It's really good for root vegetables because that way you don't have one massive harvest. But those are definitely ready to go. I'm hoping to make a carrot cake out of some of these carrots, so if I do that, I will definitely post a video on that. I'm sitting here with my carrots. So if you've never grown carrots or you're growing them now and you don't know when to harvest them, looks can be deceiving on carrots. You can have, really see like a big kind of large carrot head and then pull it up and then, it's definitely not as long as you anticipated. So I would say carrots can be a little bit of a gamble. The best way to know when they're ready to harvest is just the time. When did you sow those seeds? Has it been about 90 days or whatever the seed packet says? That's a really good indicator. I like to kind of dig down a little bit just to see, how big it is. The head of the carrot is going to be pretty healthy looking as well and really full. So just kind of use your best judgment, but at the end of the day, it's really always a surprise. The best thing is really the timing and how big it appears. believe how beautiful these are? Look at this color. This is amazing. Some of them are Black Nebula carrots and some of them are from the Carnival carrot, just variety pack that I picked. And just the vibrance, like the natural vibrance, it is so cool. I love growing colorful carrots. I love the Carnival carrots because, you know, you never know. It's going to be an orange carrot, it's going to be a yellow carrot, it's going to be a purple carrot. So I'm going to try to make carrot cake with this, and I don't even care if they're, you know, purple, but yeah, it's going to give like a really cool flavor variety. This is like a PSA. Grow colorful carrots, grow a variety pack, because it really makes that harvest just a cool full circle moment. And it's not boring. You're not keeping your garden boring at all. Hey guys, I'm back on day 2. I had to stop partway through because life happens and I had to get some stuff done. But what my goal is right now, the rest of this video, we're going to get all of the seeds sown for my fall garden and the starts planted that I had started. So let's do it. I'm gonna grow the purple cauliflower here, your traditional early green broccoli. I'm planting snowball cauliflower, some red acre cabbage, and some Swiss chard as well. It's a really big bed. I'm gonna try to clump as much in there as possible. So with plants like cabbage, for example, they're pretty susceptible to pest, which is why I'm waiting till mid-August to start sowing these seeds instead of like July, for example, when a lot of people up north have already started their more sensitive crops such as cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower, everything like that. Those crops are more sensitive to pest. They take a longer time. They're kind of like a one and done type harvest. So as a Floridian, it's often not practical to grow those types of plants in the summertime. You can always get lucky, but fall is really like our time to shine. It is the time to grow all of the fun stuff, just like spring, as the bugs really die down. I mean, I'm out here right now and I'm not getting bit by mosquitoes at all, where like 2 weeks ago I couldn't have been out here without mosquitoes like attacking me. So definitely the bugs are getting way better now. So that's a big factor in what Floridians or people who live in hotter climates, what they grow and what they're limited to growing in the summertime specifically. But fall, that is like our heyday. I already have Swiss chard, one Swiss chard plant growing right now, and I'm hoping to grow a lot more. I have this colorful variety pack. If you're somebody who is looking to incorporate more nutrients into your diet, I would definitely grow Swiss chard. Now is a great time all through, I believe like June, from now through June. So you've got a really long time to grow this really awesome plant. It doesn't have as strong of a flavor as another superfood like kale would, so it's really easy to add it to lots of different dishes without your family even noticing or you even noticing. Also, I do enjoy direct sow of Swiss chard because the seeds aren't as small as like your cabbage or like your kale, for example. They're kind of spiky looking. They're really similar to like a beet seed, for example. That's what you can kind of anticipate when you're growing your Swiss chard from seed. Here on my cattle panel trellis, I'm planting these small sugar pie pumpkins. You want to sow these about 1 inch in the soil, and it's going to be about 5 days or so before you start to see a sprout. In this bed, I'm planting the Big Moon pumpkins. This is only a 4x4 foot bed, so it's kind of like an experiment for me. I'm hoping that they're gonna kind of like drape over the sides and crawl out and just basically utilize this as like the area for soil. So it's definitely not like the recommended amount of space to plant such a large pumpkin. These are supposed to get up to like 50 to 100 pounds or even bigger. But I'm just gonna get creative with the space that we have. Yeah, it's just a little experiment. Because of how I've started these, there's 3 in this pot, so I'm just gonna get like a little miniature shovel and really carefully go around one of the little sprouts. For the most part, with these really big pumpkins, it's kind of recommended to do like a direct sow. Sorry, I'm trying to do this with one hand and all that. Gotta put this down. So I was able to get it out without damaging it. But yeah, you just really carefully kind of fish around. The seed starting cells to me are a little bit more challenging to work with, so I do like to work with these kind of like bigger pots and start a few plants in the same pot and then just carefully weed them out basically from each other. You just want to make sure that you don't leave them in those pots for too long, because otherwise their roots are going to get really intertwined. So I wouldn't leave them in the bigger pots if you're sprouting more plants than you want in there for more than like 5 days or so, because otherwise those roots are going to start getting established. And for some of these bigger plants, it's definitely not recommended to let your roots get established before kind of rerooting them and disturbing the roots. I'm planting jack-o'-lanterns in this 4x4 bed with the hopes that it just drapes over as well, and that we can have some jack-o'-lanterns for, who knows, maybe in time for Halloween. So on this one, I'm going to do butternut squash. And on this trellis, I'm going to do spaghetti squash. And I'm going to plant my starts right here and along that edge as well. This way we're maximizing the amount of space that we can use for this one bed and not overcrowd the bed with a big like kind of trellising plant. I'm just going to trellis the plants outwards. I'm going to do muncher cucumbers on this trellis and Sierra Gold cantaloupes on this trellis. I do already have some cantaloupes sprouted. I'll be doing these royal burgundy bush beans and the golden wax bush beans as well in this bed in the middle. So unfortunately I do have to wrap it up, but I do have a lot more I have to plant right now. I am going to plant the Uzbek carrots, some bok choy. I'm planting a yellow squash, regular zucchini squash, and gray zucchini, as well as some lettuces as well. So a little bit of everything going on here. I'm also going to start some more tomato plants. I plan on starting some of like the Black Beauty tomatoes, and I really want to grow some of those Get Stuffed tomatoes and a few of the cherry tomatoes. I have a sweet cherry tomato packet that I'm going to start and trellis upwards. That way we can have a little bit of everything going on before the winter season kicks in. We can still grow plants like, you know, peppers and tomatoes in the fall down here in zone 9A, 9B. It's once you kind of get into January and February that those types of things kind of come to a halt. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and helping me sow my seeds, get my fall garden started. I'm really excited to give you guys an update in a few weeks, and hopefully everything has grown and things are just kind of getting really abundant. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a like. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Shelby. Until next time.